Hello, everyone. Chime in, let us know where you're from, and all that good stuff. All right, let's get rock and rolling. It's 6:30, and we're moving. So we have our State of the Union, so to speak. Not really. We have a few issues, topics, howdy dowdy, that we'd like to talk about. First things first. This weekend in Daytona is Spring Break Nationals. So for those of you that are going to be going to that, we will be there Sunday. And good news is we'll both be there. Fernando finally moved some stuff around. Williams, hurry up. We're trying as fast as we can. We're both going to be there. Fernando moves some stuff around, so it's going to be the two of us, Paul and my daughter. We'll all be there having great fun. So we'll be there early Sunday. Sunday is going to be from 8 to 2.
8 to 2.
So if you're there and you see us, stop by, say hi, wave, whatever. We'd love to, do one of these things.
Yeah.
So by all means, let us know. Second on the list, the Velociter video finally went up.
Did you guys watch it?
Hopefully you guys watched it. If you haven't, make sure. Hi guys. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll let you know what. Yeah.
Yep. So hope you saw the Velociter video this week. I'm glad it's done. We have a lot more smaller videos that we were putting off in order to get that big one done. So hopefully we'll be able to bang through those. We're almost finished with all the Pioneer videos, so that's nice. Alpine announced that they're running about 30 days behind on their new products. So that's good and bad. Good for us because we just haven't had time to get to them anyways. So bad because we're going to miss 30 days of sales on the product. Not going to watch it. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Moving on.
Yeah, you keep
We're closed.
doing it.
We're closed. Goodbye. We're closed. We're closed!
It says 7 o'clock.
No, it says 6:30. Sorry. We're going to start a new segment that says... all right, so let's reset a little bit here. Okay, so real quick, we're going to start a new segment that's going to be a question of the week. You guys sent us in tons of questions, and we try to answer as many of them as possible. Some of them are different or better than others. So what we thought we'd do is we're going to start a segment, a separate video, not on this, but filmed all by itself. That's going to be a question of the week, where we can take that one question and answer it and give it as much attention as we need. So that'll be nice. We're going to take that from our Facebook. We're going to take that from the YouTube. We're going to compile and come up with the one question we thought was really great, and we're going to give you your name, and we're going to answer it. So that'll be
one question a week.
One question a week that we shoot a video on for YouTube. So stay tuned. You might get lucky. Your question might be featured on that. Another, in lieu of that, what brought that whole to Fernando's idea for that was... we had a question this week from a guy named Donald. Donald asked, he commented on one of our photos, and he says, do you guys ever get tired of installing the exact same way every time? And that brought up a lot of interesting thoughts as far as, do we, we install a certain way. And, yeah, do we get tired of installing, so there was a lot about that one question that we thought this would be a great, we need time to really address this. So thank you, Donald, for asking the question, and we are going to shoot a video on that particular question in depth. What's up, Corey? And lastly, an interview show. We've toyed with the idea of doing interviews with our sales rep, people in the industry, and ourselves, of course. So one of the questions that brought this up is that, yes, we're going to start the interview show hopefully within the month. This March is almost over, so April will be coming, and we're going to do interviews. We're going to interview, of course, ourselves, as well as anyone that will sit in front of the mics for us. So stay tuned, and, that'll be coming also to YouTube now that a lot of the products have new products are kind of going by and by. We can start addressing other fun things that you guys might be interested in.
Definitely.
Now, a question I've had is vlogging. We don't do vlogging per se, because we really don't feel like vlogging. I personally didn't think vlogging would be all that interesting. And if you don't know what vlogging is where you put a camera and you basically film a day in the life of over and over and over again. You know, we've toyed with the idea of doing some form of a vlog, whether it be about this place or about a whole, like, the daytime, you know, home, here, whatever. And I don't know if that's anything you guys would be interested in. I mean, the reality of it is I don't know how interesting our lives are outside of this place. And I don't know how much of this place we definitely want to have as a vlog. So on the vlogging topic, if it's something you're interested in, yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have to let us know here. You can let us know anywhere. And just to end this is, as far as this portion of this is that this video, if it sucks, you can check it out later tonight on YouTube. We have a high definition copy that we put up there. Yeah. Okay, all that out of the way. Talk to me.
Yeah. Les Pod say, hi, I love your YouTube videos. Very informative, watching from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Thank you.
Les Pod.
Yeah.
That's his name.
What's his name?
Les Pod.
Les what?
Les Pod.
Les Pod?
Yeah.
Les Pod?
Lespot.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Liran from Israel. Say hello.
Oh, well, dang. Hello over there from Israel.
Nice.
Hi, Bill.
Bill?
Bill is our Kenwood rep who will also be out at Daytona this weekend. Mm-hmm. So if you're over there, make sure you stop and say, hey, Bill.
Hello.
He'll be in the Kenwood booth. What else we got?
No, Rockford. No,
doing good?
Just like everything. Tito
watching
sent us...
from behind the wall.
Tito sent a message on Facebook about the 9903S.
What's the question?
He tried to take the voice of the GPS up, because every time he play music,
right,
it's like the notifications.
So the Android auto notification,
like something like that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
So this is too low.
Okay.
So we'll
take a look at his video.
Yeah.
Toby speakers rock just like 5-star. Thanks, Dave. Yes, the Toby speaker was quite impressive. I gotta look more into them. That was that 15 in that box. We did get some. Somebody was like, "How come you guys don't show the woofers all that much?" I mean, it was a woofer in a box. I know we probably from now.
Hi, Andres.
When we do more of these, we will start showing more of the woofer, even if it's something we don't carry or they bring their own. We understand you guys are into that. I honestly didn't think you would be all that into it, but my bad. You know, at that point we had filmed so much content. We were just happy that it was done.
Yeah, Chris, look at that. Hello from Air
Force Base in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow, that's nice.
Wow, I didn't know there was an Air Force Base in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Thank
awesome.
you for the service.
Yes, totally. T319s. T319. What is that? What is
T319s? The Rockford.
Oh yeah, what about it? Did somebody ask a question?
No, that's Bill.
I know, but what about them? They're awesome. When we talk about the T319?
You talk about it.
I did? I don't have a T319. I haven't even seen one yet. Paul hasn't even ordered them. I don't know why. Hey, someone hurt themselves. Here comes a fire truck. Here we go.
That's fire next door.
No, it's not. Somebody having a bad night. I will have to bring one in. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I would love to see it.
You
Definitely.
can leave it here.
And yeah. I don't know about that, but yeah, bring one in for sure. Yeah. So the Velociter's done, which was cool.
That was painful?
Well, we spent a lot of time, you know, that was a 2-day job that we filmed. We stayed late one night, and then we got in early the next morning because it had to be done by the middle of the day on the second day. So he drove here from Texas. He was on here on vacation. It was pretty cool. Rented another Velociter while he was here, which was amusing. But
his name is Mike, right?
Yeah.
Mike.
Hi from Trinidad. After what? For your installs. Well, good for you, Sherman. And hi to you from Trinidad. Yes, cool. We have a friend of ours that is from Trinidad. Marlon from Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And install all Paul. But and there's the phone.
Hello. No. I don't know.
So, yeah. So you know, we put that. I put that video off for probably what 2 months, 3 months. It felt like, just because I knew it was going to take a really long time, and to put out a video a day, we had to have a certain amount of inventory on videos to do that. Unfortunately, it turned out that most of the inventory on it was like quick tip Q&A videos. So we had like 4 days of quick tip Q&A videos. So I apologize for that. I do, but that was in order to edit that video with the time frame that we have for editing. It was like, you guys are getting quick tip videos. So, and some of you watch them, and that's great. We appreciate that. We appreciate any time you guys watch our videos. It does mean a lot from us. So yeah, it's awesome that you guys watched all that. So cool. This might be a quick Monday.
That's nice.
Yeah, we might get out of here quick. I don't know. So, all right. Let's resort to Plan B, since you guys are entertaining us with telling us where you're from. Let's go to actual questions.
Okay, so let's say my 2003 Harley.
Oh, there we go. We got some questions now. Go back to Les.
Wait.
People buy head units purely because they have a remote.
So my 2003 Harley.
I'll get to that in a minute, Tony.
Harley. It's due for major stereo upgrade. Are you guys do motorcycles install?
We don't do motorcycles, mainly because we just don't have the facility to do them, and I don't feel safe working on motorcycles without all the proper tooling to do it. So I would hate to have a motorcycle come in, not have a lift, or not have some way to secure the motorcycle, and I don't want to pay for a motorcycle to fall over in the install bay. So we don't work on motorcycles. I feel that the safety of the motorcycle is more important than making a few bucks doing labor on a motorcycle. That's just my thought. We do have plenty of shops in the area that are motorcycle shops, but I just don't want the liability of having a motorcycle fall over in my install bay. Okay, next question.
So I have a 2000 RMS capable 2-ohm DBC sub wired to the Kenwood 9104D. That's the amplifier.
Right.
With 1-ohm load. 900 watts. It makes annoying squall.
Makes what?
Annoying.
Annoying?
It makes annoying squall.
Okay.
So it was considering the 9106D, but it's not stable on 1 ohm.
So
What do you think? Like the T15?
T1500.1?
Yes, the Rockford.
Yeah. So is that the... Well, actually, you could probably do the T1000 one. The T1001 is like 1,400 watts.
Pricey. You say
it's very pricey. Okay, so a couple things you want to check out. For powering that particular subwoofer, if you're looking for something that's more cost-effective and high power, check out the Scar Audio stuff. The Scar Audio stuff is price per dollar pretty good. Because, yes, you could also look at the Punch line in Rockford, too. Punch makes the Punch 1001, which is like 1,250 watts. It's plenty of power for the woofer, okay? Max power might be 2,000 watts, but cut that in half, and that's nominal power is 1,000 watts. So the Punch 1000, the Punch 1001 would do the job. Otherwise, look at the Scar Audio stuff. It's very cost effective, and we have great luck with it. Yeah. Okay, next question.
Scott, hey guys, what are the best 3-inch speaker for the Dash 2016 Toyota Camry?
It's actually Toyota Camry. Is that even a 3.5?
No, I
think
that's a 2.5.
That's a 2.5. It's not a 3.5.
We put the tweeters.
We've been putting a lot of tweeters up there, but if you want an amazing 3.5, if you're looking to do like a mid-range, check out the Hertz high energy or energy. It's a high energy 3.5.
Yeah.
Also,
if you want 2.5.
No, you know who makes one? We put those in Jeff. Who was that? Jeff's car. Jeff Smith. We put his... What brand was that? Alright, I'm going to think about that for a minute.
Audio.
But anyways, if you're going to put a 3.5 in there, you're going to have to do some cutting to get it to fit. Because it's not a 3.5, it's actually 2-inch. So you might want to look... And 2-inch actually are the most expensive speakers imaginable. They're usually about $250 to $300.
Power
if you're looking
bass.
for something entry level, yes, you can go with a power bass. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
Those are about $50.
So that's it. Like, oh man.
I would a lot of the times too. What we like to do is go with like a really nice tweeter. So like a Rockford T1 tweeter up there, phenomenal.
Hybrid.
Hybrid audio, yeah.
Hybrid audio.
Makes a
Yeah.
biampable 3.5 that has a tweeter. You do there again. You have to do some cutting, but whoa, outboard crossover, probably stupid expensive, but amazing. Otherwise, like a set of T1 tweeters up there, if you're looking to go loud, freaking awesome. Hey Frank, hey Scott. What else we got? There was another one. There was another question. Go back further. Someone asked about. There's a Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
I got no Tony.
Yeah, there was a Tony. Morel, done, mid. Yeah, Morel, well, yeah, I love Morel too, but I don't carry it. Yeah, Morel has one
They
also.
don't let me go back again.
There was a Tony.
They don't let me go back.
What do you mean it won't let you go back?
See? Scott.
You're
And
killing
then like
Tony, ask your question again. Apparently, Fernando's not figuring this one out. Remotes. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Yes, to answer that question, people do buy radios for remotes. I don't understand it. No, but yes, they do buy radios for remotes. A lot of people buy the entry-level AVH Pioneer radios, like the 170, 180, 192 series version of those, and they don't come with remotes. And then when they find out they can buy the remote, and they get all bummed out of shape, so then you have to sell them the remote for $25, and they're like thrilled.
yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. It's not as bad as it used to be because now most people are more interested in retaining their steering wheel controls. But there again, when you tell people how much it costs to retain their steering wheel controls, a lot of them are like, "Oh my god!" And then they'll ask, "Well, does it come with a remote?" Or Paul will say, Paul's favorite thing is, "Well, if you don't want to pay for the steering wheel controls, it does come with a handheld remote." And we'll go like, "Really?" But yeah, so remotes are still relevant, oddly enough. All right.
Alright, so Sherman is like, I heard about the digital bass machine today. What is that? It's absolutely necessary when you already have a monoblock crossover in the preamps.
A digital bass machine?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a digital bass machine.
Like probably like
Epicenter?
Epicenter.
Well, if it's an Epicenter you're talking about, then which is the audio control bass enhancement device. Yeah. Depending on the type of music you listen to. So if it's what I think it is, it's a harmonic bass restoration device. So for example, like some music has a lot of dump 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 sound to them and a lot of boom 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 sound to it. So with that, you can take that type of music that's very dry and do what's called making it fat, which is make it boomy. Yeah. So if you already listen to boomy music, no, there's no need for it.
Hey.
But like an Epicenter will take dry, annoying bass and make it very boomy and fat.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. Say hi to Alexis.
Hi, Alexis. How are you? Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for chiming in.
Mike, is there a way to upgrade 2010 to 2017 Ford Taurus? Show factory head unit with a nav and aftermarket doubled in.
So it doesn't have the factory nav?
It says.
And yes, Tony, if your arms grow long enough. Chris's question. Sorry I missed that one, Chris. Yes, Tony, if your arms grow long enough, you could just reach. But
yeah.
You know.
2010, 2017.
That would be a metric kit if it exists. If anyone would have the kit, go to www.metraonline.com.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only people that would make that kit. So check that one out.
This is annoying.
Yes, it does have nav. Oh, it has nav, Mike? No.
Yeah.
No. Does it have the Bose system in it? Or the premium sound system? What was the question before, Mike? So he's talking about the Hertz. Ditch the 6x9s and replace with 6x. Planning on.
Before, Mike.
What was that one?
I have a 2011 Camaro with
Yes.
a single DIN, with a single W7.
Okay,
The
wow.
JL.
Sony. All right,
In
hang
the
on, Mike.
rear. I'm replacing the factory speakers, having told that ditch the 6x9s and replace with the 6.5, playing in the Hertz MPX 165.3. What are your thoughts?
Well, so I'm assuming you went with a JLW7 because you want a lot of sound. If you want a lot of sound, then you want the 6x9 in the door. The Hertz High Energy 6x9 is probably the loudest, cleanest 6x9 I've ever heard in my life. So I would not dismiss that speaker at all. If you're trying to do a sound quality system where you got the W7 just because you don't want to take up a lot of room but you wanted a lot of bass, then yeah, doing a 6 and a nice tweeter would probably be the way to go. So that would be the deal. Now, Mike, your Sony system. Okay, so you have a Ford Taurus. Pack Audio is coming out with the Amp Pro, which is what we talked about here before. So I believe it interfaces with the Ford Taurus. I'll have to check, but if it does, which we'll hopefully have that video up later this week, I'm shooting for, I know, right? It'll allow you to integrate with the factory Sony system and give you a 6-channel 4-volt preamp output out of the factory radio. So you can go on to www.pack-audio.com and just in the search thing type in Amp Pro, and it'll show you the Ford Amp Pro, and it'll give you a list of the cars it'll work on. I can't access it right now, or would, but check that out. If it's not shipped yet, oh my God, Tim the Tool Man. It's not shipped yet, but it should here in the next few months. And like I said, we'll have the video out later this week. What do you got? What was that?
Okay, so based on your experience, I lost it. Based on your experience, three-way or two.
On what?
Or 2 ways. It's like they components.
Oh, a 3-way set or a 2-way set? Well, if you got room for a 3-way set, it's all awesome. Thanks. You bet, Mike. If you have room for a 3-way set, yes, do a 3-way set. Sound quality would be the best. If you don't, then don't try to force it. But yeah, if you can get that tweeter, that 2.5-inch mid-range and the mid-bass in there, oh my God, yes, totally do that.
Okay, Tony, say big thing over here in UK is the multifunction steering wheel controls with the VWs. See, like they don't let me read the whole thing. It's just crazy, man. I can upgrade this stuff. I can. Okay.
Hey Tim, glad you made it, by the way.
Probably I lost 2 questions. Yes,
well, just go read the question you can. Just go all the way up as high as you can and start at it.
Okay, so for Robert, that's that one.
Oh, that's as good as you can.
Oh, I have a question. Yeah, about the 4200 NEX. Now the Jeep should be able to fire stick to the HDMI, correct?
I think we tried that. Did we try that? No, we just tried the fire. Okay, if you're going to do a fire stick into anything, you have to have Wi-Fi in the car in order for it to work. So you can put a fire stick in there, but if you don't have Wi-Fi for it to pair to and then pair the phone to, it's not going to do anything. That's why we use the Miracast dongle. It has Wi-Fi built into it, so you don't need an external Wi-Fi source. So that's why we don't use Fire Stick or Chromecast. We've had both, but you have to have a Wi-Fi hotspot. So you either have to turn your phone into it, pair it in the house. You know, there's videos up showing how to do that. But no, it's just like you can't plug it in and mirror your phone to it. It's not going to work like that.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if you guys any info on the weather. Pioneer will make Blu-rays. No.
Pioneer will not make Blu-ray. Blu-ray's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I could use my phone as a hotspot. No. Yes. 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 You can use your phone as a hotspot. So, but you have to pair it up. Typically, you do it in the house and then take it out to your car and plug it in. So yeah, and then you could pair to the phone as a hotspot. Yeah. As long as you can do that, you're golden. It'll work fine.
Okay. For Alexis, mándame un mensaje. Y ya tú me dejas saber cuánto quieres gastarte, qué es lo que quieres hacer, y ya yo te regreso un mensaje por Facebook. Alright, do you guys make boxes for the GMC, the Denali, that goes under the rear seats?
Under the rear seats?
Yeah.
You mean like the third row? No, second row, I believe A-Trend makes one. That's one we just went through this past week.
Yeah.
What box did we end up using for that? Oh, that was a pickup truck. No.
Yeah, that's it. You guys make the same one.
All right, supply the fit multifunction steering wheel on the VWs is big thing in UK at the moment.
Okay,
Oh,
so
really?
4. Right. Can I use my phone as a
Yeah,
hotspot?
yeah,
Yes,
I got
okay,
it.
you
I got
replied
it.
that. Okay, awesome. Thanks for that's the same.
So he retyped the VW question.
The VW
Second
question.
row. Yeah, I'm reading up here. You're reading over there. You're fine. Keep going.
Okay. So Tony, you reply Tony?
Yeah.
The supply for the multifunctions. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's the VW. Read that one again. I haven't
He say right here in UK the big thing it's the multifunctions on the VA
On the Volkswagen.
and the Volkswagen. Yes.
Yeah, multifunction. Yeah.
Yeah. Supply the fit multifunction steering wheel controls in the VA. It's big thing in the UK at the moment right now.
So that sounds like he's like talking about like the Pack Audio CP2 that allows you to program the buttons to do 2 things at once. Is that what you're talking about? Because that's pretty popular. Because then you can like program for hang up, disconnect, mute, volume up. You can do all these 2 things on one button.
Alright.
Not popular, but definitely cool.
Alexis, aquí en la página de Facebook, mándame un mensaje ahí. There you go. Ahí está. Okay, for Richard, have you heard any 10 shallow mount sub that's impressed you?
Yeah, actually, there's a couple depending on the price point you want to be at. My favorite shallow mount subwoofer is actually the Phoenix Gold shallow mount subwoofer. It's great if you're doing that 150 to 300 watt power handling. It sounds very impressive. It's got a good bass sound to it for a shallow mount woofer. If you're trying to go above that, then what you want to look at is Rockford's T1 shallow mount woofer. That'll handle more power and needs a little bit bigger box, but whoa, lots of bass.
Yeah. Okay, so Sherman say headrest DVD players. Any recommendations for the 2014 Kia Soul?
Go to Rosen, I believe it's rosen.com,
Yeah.
and see if they list anything for your car. If you're looking to do a perfect fit, a factory match, check out Rosen. If you're looking to do just a headrest monitor, you can go with these guys right here, which are AudioVox. It's a one-size-fit-all. They come in 3 colors, tan, gray, and black, and it's a universal. That's it. Rosen will make the headrest to match the car, color, grain, size, all that. So those are really the 2 options you get. And also, they are probably 4 times the amount of money as something like this.
Okay, Matthew. Just got the 5200 installed on Friday. Nice job. Do I really need the VGA adapter to get the app radio to work?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yes, I think Matthew sent a message. Yes.
You do. If you're really interested in app radio, check out the videos on it first, because it's not a great thing. I mean, it's not even anything we talk about because it really doesn't do much.
Right.
And it's slow and clunky. But yeah, you do need the VGA adapter for that. I wouldn't even waste my time on it, but
Alright.
that's just
So
me.
Ferdinand, Peter, thanks for this car recommendation. You explained the sound quality difference between 1 ohm load and 4 ohm.
Well, really, it comes down to the simple idea of what the amplifier is capable of doing. So if an amplifier, regardless of the ohm load, if the amplifier is designed to work at 1 ohm, supposedly, in a perfect world, it should sound exactly the same as an amplifier that's designed to work at 4 ohms. So, is there a quality difference between, let's say, running an amp at, let's say, 2 ohms or 1 ohm and giving it that headroom? There's not supposed to be, but there probably is, in that if you don't really max out the subwoofer. Now, there again, or max out the amplifier, take it all the way down to the lowest ohm load possible. But they should perform the same, meaning spec for spec, it shouldn't matter if you're running at 1 ohm or if you're running at 2 ohms. And that is where that really shines is like in like a PDR amplifier, some of the JL amplifiers. The amplifier doesn't care whether you're running at 2 ohm or 4 ohm, 2 ohm, or 1 ohm. It's the same amount of power. Mm-hmm. All across the board, because they've just designed the amplifier to sense what it is and puts out X amount of power. I believe that's the future in amplifiers. good quality amplifiers. But if an amp is designed to run at 1 ohm, it should be the same quality at 2 ohms or 4 ohms. Now, the difference is, let's say you have an amp that's rated at 1 ohm and you run it at 4 ohms, well, you're going to get a quarter of the power that you would if you ran it at 1 ohm. So, let's say if it's a 1,000 watt amp, you're only going to get maybe 500 watts. At 2 ohms, you should get 750, and at 1, you should get the full 1,000.
Okay, so Chris, when I'm installing the back audio RPK5 faceplate in the Camaro, do I need, or do you recommend buying anything additional for the install?
Depending
or
on
maintain the XM or factory's antenna?
I think it comes with the factory antenna adapter.
So.
Yeah, it does come with a factory antenna adapter. If you're trying to retain the XM, obviously you want to buy the...
he already know about the Sirius module.
Okay, you want the Sirius module, and you want the iDataLink SAT1, which will allow you to retain your factory XM antenna. If you're putting in a Pioneer, you want to get an extra USB. If you're putting in something that has HDMI and that's appealing for you, you definitely want to put in an HDMI cable. If it's not, don't worry about it. But if it has 2 USBs, you definitely want to put a USB. Also, I don't know if the kit comes with the USB GM1. I'd have to check. I don't remember. So. I think it does come with at least one USB GM1, which is fine. Then you can use that to plug into either USB 1 or 2, and then the cable that comes with the radio, you can run that over into the glove box or something like that. But yeah, it's trying to think. That's really about it. Put the module somewhere easy to access, and make sure it's up to date before you put it in. So make sure it has the current firmware on it before you go ahead and install it. You can go to there again, pack-audio.com, and check to make sure it has the latest firmware. Because when it was first released, it came with a bad firmware and you needed to update it. So check that.
Okay, so Rudy, déjame saber de dónde eres y yo hablo con Paul para ver si te podemos enviar los cables. Alright, so... South 5-star guard stereo, love you, I follow you, audio enthusiast.
What was his name?
Luisito.
Say hi.
Say hi.
All right, the guy asked about the size of the battery. Is that the next question?
Yeah,
okay, batteries. Get the biggest battery that will fit in your car. That's really what it comes down to. If you're doing a second battery and you could fit, if you could fit it, I don't know, it's not out of the box. You can fit a giant 2150, get a giant 2150. If you can only fit an SPV 44 or an SP 80, get that. Go to a store that has batteries on the shelf, or go to something like Stinger.com or XSPower.com. Take it and look at the measurements for the battery. You want the biggest, baddest battery you could fit. Period. It doesn't matter if you don't go small. You say, "Oh, I got a 2,000 watt amp and a 75x4." Who cares? Okay, get the biggest battery you could fit. Okay, you'll never have enough power.
Yeah.
Period. It's like everyone was, "Oh, how small can I go?" No, how big can you go?
Yeah.
Batteries, you can never have enough battery. Okay, next.
Okay, yes. Okay, so Chris, yes, I would like to keep my factory USB.
This is the Camaro guy?
Yes, I'm going to the 8200. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure in the box it has the USB GM1, which allows you to retain your factory USB cable, which is fine. There again, the 8201 or 8200 comes with a USB cable. You can dump that over in the glove box or run it into the center console, whatever you want to do there. It integrates in with the aux.
Yeah.
So it integrates with everything's there for the most part. The only thing there again, I said make sure you update it. If you're gonna,
careful with the assembly.
Oh yeah, be careful when you're pulling that thing apart. The cigarette lighter, the cigarette power port, loves to scratch the gear shifter. So even if you tape it, it'll cut right through the tape. It's like a knife on the bottom of that thing. Totally sucks. So
grab a sock.
Stuff it in there. Just be real careful. You should be able to just kick it up and pull it back a little bit to get the 2 screws. Hopefully we're going to film that video real soon, because I think I'm just going to put the app radio in.
There you go. I like that. Ashley. At least say hi, guys.
Hey, Ashley. Videos and installs are top notch. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have an app radio 4 just laying around. I took it out of my...
it's just like, it's app radio 4.
You bet. You bet, Chris. Yeah, so I've decided that I'm just going to put the App Radio 4 in, use the kit. I don't even know if I'm going to do amps or speakers or any of that stuff yet. I just want to film the video. Yes, and Woody would be great. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So I think we're just going to...
You have a commander laying around?
I got the kit and I got the radio. I'm just going to make cookies and put them in the dash because I'm tired of this. Love the info you guys get from Texas. A lot of Texas guys. Thanks, Omar. A lot of Texas. You guys are definitely big in car stereo in Texas. That in Australia. A lot of Australia.
UK. What about UK, man? UK is good.
UK is good. UK, I love it. Yeah.
California.
California, Texas.
We got a lot of people.
Yeah. I love it when you guys tell us where you're from. That makes it all that better.
Yeah.
That wasn't even good English. Been hanging out with you too long.
Makes me smile.
What's that?
Makes me smile.
Oh, okay. Have you guys installed any of the new Sony double DINs? Thoughts? The only Sony double DINs we've put in are the CarPlay Android Auto ones.
Yeah.
That's it.
In the BMW 3 Series.
Yeah, we put them in that. I think we put them in something
else.
Hi,
Martin from Mexico.
That's pretty much it. And there again, it's Sony's.
Hello from Missouri. Hi.
Hey. All right. Well, that's like 2 now from Missouri, unless that's the same Eric from previous. No. But as far as the Sony goes, Sony's one of those weird brands that it's a great product, but it Pioneer and Ken would always shadow it. But the guys that love Haley, but the guys that love Sony, man, they are diehard Sony fans, and they will just 10-foot pole beat the crap out of Pioneer and Ken. I hate you guys. And it's like I'm indifferent. If Sony called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, we're gonna send you a Sony, would you put it in your car?" I'd be like, "Yeah, why not?" I mean, I got no problem with that. I liked it. All the videos we shot on that radio, I was like, "Damn, this is a fun radio." I have a question
on the 9903S. If you unplug the Android Auto and plug the CarPlay OEM USB, it still works?
Wait, what is it? If you plug in Android Auto, plug
the CarPlay.
The car OME USB will still work?
Because it's only one USB for everything.
Have you a question? Okay. Android Auto to the car OEM USB will it still work? What kind of car do you have, Omar? Do we know what kind of car he has?
No, I don't know.
What kind of car do you have? That's the important thing.
But I mean, he have the 9903S. If
I know.
He unplug.
What?
Android Auto and plug.
Well, it doesn't say CarPlay. It says car OEM USB. Will it still work? So is he asking? Can he get the USB adapter for the car and still plug it in? I like the look of the Sony better than the Pioneer.
Right. There you go.
Tim, well, that's
personal
Tim,
preference.
Tim likes the Sony stuff.
Yeah. Personal preference.
We really haven't. It's a 2012 Toyota Sequoia. So you want to buy the Toyota interface for it from PAC that makes. It's It's a 2012. That might even be the GM USB 1.
The USB, yeah.
Yes, you can retain the factory USB. It's either going to be a TY1, TY2, or a USB GM1. It's going to be one of those 3 cables. We do it all the time. Actually, if you go back and watch the Toyota Highlander video where we put the 9903 in the Toyota Highlander, we show us adapting into the factory USB is one of the things you can do. Yes, so an Android Auto will work.
Yeah, okay. So, Martin, thanks. I always have Pioneer head units. I'm tired of the ground loop issue. And I'm running Stinger 8000.
Well, okay, in some Pioneers, if you when you're plugging in the RCAs, if the radio is on and you plug the RCAs and you roll it in and you tap the shield and the center pin at the same time, there's an internal fuse inside of it that blows. And when that blows, you get amazing amounts of noise. And there's no way to replace the
turn
fuse.
It off.
So anytime you put them in, that's like today. I was like, turn it off. But the shield on the ground is no longer there, so you get some wicked ass engine noise. So what you have to do then is you have to go in and solder an RCA to the shield of the output of the radio, so that you can reintroduce the ground to the radio. Okay. That is the most common problem with Pioneers. I haven't obviously had that in a long time, because now that it's like once you're aware of it, you don't let it happen. But they don't talk about it. They just put the fuse in there for some strange reason.
Jason.
But that would be the only reason on a Pioneer why you'd have crazy noise, especially if you're running an 8000 series cable.
Hi,
That's
Jason.
Awesome. Hi, Jason. How are you? So
There you go, man.
I don't know.
You see, this is weird. Look,
What?
I'm trying to get, and as soon as they got more,
Yeah, it won't let you.
it's
go
like
back.
they don't let me get. It's like
We're trying to keep up with the questions, but when you guys start going crazy, we can't scroll through the questions. It's pretty funny.
that's
maybe
weird. They should do that.
Wonder if we could use an iPad.
It doesn't matter. It's because it's you. That's in your phone. You can do that in your phone. I'm not.
Hey guys, did you remember I say?
Do you guys what? Do you remember saying you guys about Pioneer Day after I took my battery in my lock and my deck wasn't come on, so I took out of the deck fuse. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't read it. It,
Oh,
it
no.
stopped, so
Okay.
I was waiting. I got kind of check and then S.
So I took the deck. Fuse was ground. Was good.
Yes.
I can read it.
Yeah. Well, it's
I know.
a cracked screen.
The wire, but so come on, set the deck black BK.
Okay.
Now means like select in English, then just black out again. So probably they have a bad radio.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like your radio died. I
Yeah.
think you guys should. Yeah. That sucks. We actually had that happen today. We were trying to update a 5100, and it was back to software version 1.01, and it was trying to update to 1.09. Totally hosed the unit. So we ended up having to replace the radio. Kind of sucked. But it happens to everybody. And all we were just trying to do was a software update. So anything's possible. I don't rule it out. Sorry.
You guys are the best.
What was before Omar?
Before Omar, there you go. That's what I'm reading right now.
Oh, what was that?
You guys are the best wiring I ever see. Great work on the YouTube videos. Keep it up. Awesome work.
Thank you.
Luisito.
What's his name?
Luisito.
Say it to him.
Luis.
I'm right here.
Say Luis. Hi. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you,
Omar,
Omar. True
thank-
gentleman and scholar. Thank you, Omar. Gotcha. I'm going to do the wire trick now. Thanks, Martin. No problem.
Martin.
Hope that works out for you.
There you go.
Yeah, that Pioneer noise has caused... it's funny. Tell a quick story real quick. Kicker used to have the 350.4 amplifier. They sold it for years and years and years, and it always had engine noise. There was nothing you could do about it. It was always... wee, wee, and call Kicker. Kicker's like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. So... finally, the only way I could get the engine noise out of the amplifier was to just say screw it and run high level into the amplifier, and then the engine noise would go away. So clearly there was something going on there. It just didn't interface with the radio. It had to do with different voltages between front and rear outputs out of the radio, and that would cause the engine noise because the voltage out of the front didn't match the voltage out of the rear, so it saw a differential and would cause engine noise.
Yeah.
Make a long story short, they said they had no problem. Until they replaced it with the new series of amplifiers, and the first thing they come in and say is, hey, we have the new Kicker amps, and you know what? They don't have engine noise anymore. And my answer was, whoa, hold on. You guys said there was no engine noise in these things. You guys swore up and down, drove us nuts saying that there was no engine noise in these amplifiers, and they had, I don't know what you're talking about. We knew they had a problem.
But it's no anymore.
But it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's gone. It's like, you guys suck. I text him, put that deck. He goes, oh, buddy, so I'm watching.
And they need to check out.
I'm
Give
busy.
it
Wait, let me check out.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up yet. Don't give up. By all means,
Yeah.
don't give up. I mean,
try to take the radio out, unplug everything, plug it back in.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes on.
Yeah, like I said, today we went through that, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, really? Simple update, brick the unit, man. It was done.
Yeah.
Totally sucked. But, yeah. It
Try
happens.
everything you can.
It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Even us.
Even us.
Yeah. It's weird.
The Kenwood, remember?
Which one? Oh, God, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Updates are fun, man. I swear to God. And you really have to pay attention when you're doing updates. If you know, with us, I have a bin full of USB drives, thumb drives, that are all just updates. And I label them and whatnot. And, you know, if you accidentally, you bet, Cece. If you accidentally, like, I grabbed like a 793 and I tried to update a 393 and woo!
He's like, I don't like this. I'm out.
Yeah, rainbowed the screen. I'm like, what happened, dude? See you later, bye.
Jason,
Oops.
what sounds better in the vehicle? Up fire or down fire?
Say in a Ridgeline. I've actually done both in the Ridgeline. My favorite box that I used to always build for the Ridgeline was 310s. I don't know why 310s in an amp always seem to work really well. And I've fired them up. I fired them up. I fired them down. I think I like the way up sounded better. Only because when you fire it up, as long as the seat's always down, you're going to get more air to the top of the woofer. You get more air to the woofer, it's going to breathe. The only problem is because it's breathing, you may hear the breathing sound. That's why everyone has gone to fire it down, because if you fire it down, then the carpet muffles any of the noise that the speaker would make. But no, I got no. It's tough. I mean, I've done both in that truck, and I've been successful with both. I think I liked firing up more because of the way the floor kind of curves. I could get the woofers lower when I fired them up and get more gap at the top. So it's all about getting air to the cone. If you can get more air to the cone, the woofer's going to be louder.
Okay, so I don't know if Tito's still there, but I have his question. I have a problem with to set up the GPS voice on the 8903. The volume setup is up to 40 in the GPS. It's working fine, but when the radio tries to say something, put the volume
It's
low.
okay, Ross. Watch it tonight on YouTube. You can catch the whole show. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's it.
So basically what we're getting here is on the 9903, we have to figure out what the issues with volume are. Okay, we can do that. We'll take a look. Maybe we'll shoot a quick tip on that. We'll plug in the phone and see what's going on as far as adjusting the navigation volume.
Okay.
So we'll take a look at that. No problem there. Might not be tomorrow, but we'll take a look into it and see if we can come up with something as far as why or how or what's going on with volume control. Android Auto. All you Android guys, I'm just going to say, go buy an iPhone for God's sakes. They don't have these problems. Don't really, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. It's your phone. But yeah, Apple guys don't have that problem. But, I'm going to, Coke, Pepsi, whatever. It's all good. Burger King, McDonald's.
Yep.
Burger King. No, McDonald's. Better fries. It's funny. I had a question this week, too. It was a guy asked, he goes, how come you guys always say, when we're asking the radios to find stuff, I always say, where's the closest Five Guys? He goes, he apparently was binge watching our videos, and I had asked it like 3 or 4 times. And it's like, I think I say 5-star, and it's like I can't say 5-star because we're in 5-star, so obviously it's not going to be able to find us. So I go, love that amp. CX 750.5, good amp. Okay, real quick, I'll finish this. So that's why I say Five Guys, is because I'm thinking 5-star. I can't say 5-star, so I say Five Guys. Plus, our Five Guys is like 2 minutes. I had it for lunch today. It's literally like
that's awesome.
2-minute walk that way, which would actually be that way. And well, because it's backwards on the screen. Well, anyways, so real quick, what are your opinions of the Kicker ZX 750.5? Great amp, no doubt about it. Definitely premium amplifier as far as Kicker goes. A couple other 5-channel amplifiers you might want to look at is the Alpine PDX V9, the Phoenix Gold 1600.5. Yeah. Honestly, nothing Rockford. What is my other favorite 5-channel? The Kicker 900.5. Kicker Exelon. I'm sorry, Kenwood Exelon.
Yes.
I believe it's like a 901.5.
Yes.
Also, real nice 5-channel amplifiers. So if you want a variety of amplifiers to compare and contrast, check those amplifiers out. Waiting on you guys to do Hertz equipment installs. Yeah, you know, it's
We're
funny.
waiting to.
No, I mean, I think we've... You know, that's a weird one. Cause like, yeah, I think that's been a timing thing. It's like anytime
doing it, it's just like we don't film it.
Yeah, because
we don't have the time sometimes.
Sometimes we want to film stuff, but right now it's tax season, but that's no excuse. But yeah, it's weird. No, I'm with you. We're gonna have to really put some effort into the Hertz filming.
Yeah.
So what was the one that just went away?
Ross, wiring speakers, two speakers in the parallel. Yes. Is there any advance between running both pairs or wire directly to the amp versus main wire and splice both amps to the speakers?
So I think I understand what you're saying. If let's say an amplifier, we got to do a video on this.
Yeah.
Let's say an amplifier has 2 positives and 2 negatives, 4 terminals. A lot of you guys get really confused about that, and it's like it's a mono amp. You just want to hook up 2 wires because you think you still need to bridge the amplifier. They put the 4 terminals on the amp to make it convenient for hooking up 2 speakers. So if you hook one speaker up and you hook another speaker up, you can bring them both into the amplifier. The amplifier is doing the internal summing. So it's like if you see 2 positives, 2 negatives, they're connected to one another inside the amplifier. So it's no different if you do it outside or if you do it inside. They just do that to make your life a little easier.
Okay, Mike, what is your opinion on the Maestro
RR.
AR? No, AR.
Amp
That is
replacement.
released next few weeks.
I have no opinion on it because they have not sent us one to play with. If it's anything like the Pack Audio Amp Pro, they're going to be freaking awesome. I will say this because we've already beta tested the Amp Pro for Pack, and which there again, hopefully I'll have that video up this week. That's what I'm shooting for. It was in an F-150 on a Sony system. Freaking awesome, man! Oh god, I'm so excited about this product.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the Pack Audio because Pack Audio is typically a plug and play. I don't have to sit in front of the computer for 20 minutes dicking with shit. Sorry for the curse words, but that's just how I feel. We'll be carrying both. And anything else that comes along that line. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Is your bay a 1-car bay? Or the cars outside?
Here in Florida, in the summertime, it gets to be about 95 degrees and 104 in the sun. We don't work outside for anything. If we have to do something outside, it's usually just like a quick GPS locator for like one of the used car dealerships. Other than that, we have a 1-car bay, and we just tag team the shit out of the car to get it out of here as quick as possible.
We tried last two days?
Yeah, we try. You know, I've been doing this a really long time, so I mean, fortunately I've always had a 1-car bay. So I mean, we do work inside, outside, and we move stuff around and try. And what ends up happening is whoever's outside just works slower because it's so hot, and it's just miserable. And also we've gotten to the point to where we know how to. If you've watched our install videos, you see the video really doesn't show it, but we can work on a car at the same time, moving around each other, and get something done really, really quick because we know how to leapfrog to the next step in the car. So, you know, if I leave him to do an amp install by himself, it's going to take him twice, sometimes more than twice as long to do it. Because I'm not there to do the next step, and so he's got to do his part and then do my part, and so one car at a time, and we just get it done and get it out of the bay and move on to the next one. You know, my argument is always we're here from 9:30 to 6:30. Drop your car off, we'll bang through them all.
Yep. Okay, so thanks for
maybe choose
videos, maybe just Grant Radio. Oh, there you go.
AVH 4800 BS.
Ryan.
Which has just been replaced by the exact same radio with a new model number, which apparently the only difference is a Super Tuner 3D. But I could have swore the 4800 had a Super Tuner 3D. I could have been wrong, but no. So yeah, great radio. 4800 was the #1 seller.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to call it a night right there because there's still sunshine out. love daylight savings. I hope you guys feel the same way.
Yeah.
For those of you overseas that don't experience the joy that we do, we'd like to screw up our clocks and move it back and forth. Really is kind of annoying. But right now we're in the part of the year where we get to have sun. You bet, Ryan. Where we get to have sun, so we're actually going to leave here. That's why Fernando looks like he has this wonderful tan tonight, because we actually have sun coming in on us. It's a beautiful thing. So we're going to leave here with some daylight. Hot damn.
We do appointments, and if people can drop it off, they can drop it off. So.
Yeah, we have a nice waiting room where you can sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And there again, if you tell us we're coming, we try to work it so that you don't have to wait all too long. It really depends. You have to tell Paul you're waiting and that you're going to be here from X to Y, and then we try to accommodate for that. So yeah, we
Yep.
you know, if you're going to be waiting, we generally recommend that you're the first appointment of the day so that we can get you in and out as quick as possible.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
Tim.
for watching.
All right, guys.
Don't forget, next week, 6:30.
You bet. And if you're there again, if you're at Daytona this weekend,
Yeah.
make
Don't
sure
forget to
if
say
you see
hi.
us walking around, I mean, it's not real hard to miss us. Yeah, you know, so
All right.
we'll see you guys later. Have a great night as usual. We'll see you next time. Bye.